Hey, worship leaders, this is Tim Price from the Worship Leader Toolbox, and I want to interrupt our regular rhythm here to bring you a bonus episode to share an invitation to our Ministry Leadership Conference coming up in Troy, Illinois on September 17th, 2022. I realize that many of you listening to this podcast may not be in our geographical area, but for those who are, we want to invite you to this in-person event that will happen from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, September 17th. In the past, we have done the Awakening Worship Conference, and that has been both online or in person over various years in the last decade. And we've also done a youth worker training event. But this year, we decided, as we come out of the pandemic, to combine both of these events, as well as add a component for children's ministry and hospitality ministry and worship tech, and to invite everybody to come together. During the day, we'll have 3 general sessions. The general session topics are the power of prayer. It'll be led by Pastor Andy Adams. That is a huge part of any worship ministry, and we need to be praying for our worship ministry team members, our church, our congregations, our pastors, and we need to do it systematically. The second session is going to be on the 4 virtues of building a volunteer culture, and I'll be leading that session, and that's a general session as well. And the last session will be led by Russ Williams from Marion, Illinois, and he will be leading on personal growth and leadership in your own life so that you're able to better lead your church and your team and your ministry in general, the disciplines that it takes. So those are the 3 general sessions. There are also breakout sessions, focus sessions we're calling them. Throughout the day, we'll have lunch together. On each end of that, we'll have opportunity to meet together in smaller groups. We have a worship ministry leader track. This is for anybody who leads worship or is part of a worship band. And the topics are going to be about creating and building a great worship team and also planning for worship that connects. Then in addition to that, we have the Worship Tech Focus Group. And the Worship Tech Group, anybody who serves behind the scenes in sound, lighting, video, graphics, whatever, those folks are welcome to go to the Worship Tech sessions, which are going to be, one of them is going to be a tech tour around our facility at Troy United Methodist Church, at the host church for this event. And it always spurs on thoughts and ideas and ways to improve or change or tweak things you have going. Whether we have things better or worse than your church, you can learn something. And then the other session for the worship tech people are going to be along the lines of supporting worship, how a tech team can do this well, and with the end goal of the congregation singing and connecting with God. And so that's going to be the gist of the day. If you are a worship leader and you are in our area and you are considering coming to this event, we also invite you to connect with others in your own local church, student pastor or children's pastor, or those who serve in hospitality, like greeters and welcome and usher team. And you're invited to let them know about this. I would love to have them come as well and to participate in their own focus tracks and the general sessions as well, which apply to all these ministry areas. So this is a short little podcast episode, basically to invite you to this event and to share the why behind it. The why is that I believe that when we get together as leaders in the church, we have an opportunity to stand around and drink coffee and during the breaks talk to other people, encourage each other to meet and learn new people who are serving and walking the same road we are in ministry. And all that combines just with the Holy Spirit working in us, combines a connection and a friendship that helps us continue to build the church well. And it's also good to learn new things. And at times you can do that on online seminars and webinars and other conferences. I realize that. But it's nice to be able to gather together in a close geographical area just to learn and be sharpened in our skills. The third why behind it is because I believe that as a worship team, especially as a worship leader in your church, it's beneficial to take some of your people to something now and then because they get to experience something different and they get to experience other ways of working out things. And you have the opportunity to ride along in the car together and talk about your own ministry and the springboard that comes from being at a conference and the conversations in the car afterwards might be the most beneficial part of the whole thing. And so I hope that you are able to carve that time out, and we intentionally set aside the event to be on a Saturday so that volunteers from ministries can come whether or not they serve in a full-time job somewhere else or whatever. And so it's the Ministry Leadership Conference, Saturday, September 17th at from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Troy, Illinois, St. Louis metro area. Love to have you come. We'd love to have you be a part of it. And you can find out more at harvestconferences.org or harvestministryteams.com. Or you could just go to the Worship Leader Toolbox page and connect with me, ask any questions, and let us know if you need anything at all. We would love to connect with you and help make it happen. If you have listened all the way through this special bonus episode and you actually heard the end of it here, if you just tell us at the resource tent during the September 17th event that you listened to the whole 5-minute podcast, then we'll give you a discount on whatever you purchase. Thanks again. Talk to you later.